When you think of Iceland, you picture glaciers, sagas, and the aurora. But what if I told you that beneath those lights, some native Icelanders, descendants of Viking settlers, are finding a new spiritual anchor in the verses of the Quran? In the land of fire and ice, a nation of Vikings and sagas, history is carved in stone. Beneath the glow of the northern lights and the hush of glacial winds, and stretching back to Viking Age trade evidenced by Arabic Duram hordes, a new story is being written, not in ancient runes, but in the language of Islamic faith and devotion. This is Iceland, a country of glaciers and volcanoes where old gods sit beside modern secularism and where early medieval imaginings of Sirkland met real economic links to the Islamic world. It is historically one of the most isolated and sparsely populated nations in Europe. And yet, here, in this unlikely landscape, a quiet spiritual awakening is being written. Assalamu alaykum, welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy careful, human stories from the edges of the world, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Today we'll follow 4 threads: the long history of contact between the North and the Islamic world, the personal journeys of Icelandic converts, the practical life of the Muslim community in Reykjavik and the long mosque debate, and what all this means for identity in a highly secular country. Stick with us. When you think of Iceland, what comes to mind? A land of fire and ice, glaciers and geysers, with the northern lights sweeping the winter sky. You think of sagas and longships, and a society that feels both ancient and modern. But that picture is incomplete. Beyond the glaciers and sagas, another story is quietly unfolding. In this remote North Atlantic nation, a small number of native Icelanders are choosing Islam as their spiritual home. It's not a story of mass change. It's a story of individuals, quiet decisions, and faith taking root in one of the most unexpected places on earth. To understand the present, look to the past. Vikings were not only raiders, they were traders and travelers. From the 8th to the 12th centuries, Norse trade networks reached deep into the Islamic world. Large hordes of Islamic silver coins, called dirhams, have been found across northern Europe, evidence of sustained economic contact. Archaeologists also discovered a 9th century ring at the trading site of Burqa with an Arabic inscription some scholars read as referring to God. Historians debate the exact meaning, but finds like these remind us the Islamic world wasn't distant or unknown to the Vikings. These were contacts, not conversions, but they set a long history of exchange and curiosity. Fast forward to modern Iceland. The island officially adopted Christianity around the year 1000, largely for political unity. Today, Iceland ranks among the most secular societies in the world. Most people remain formally registered with the Lutheran Church, but for many, religion is private, more heritage than daily practice. Iceland's population is just under 400,000. Official registers show roughly 1,300 registered Muslims, while community estimates place the resident Muslim population near 3,000. Those are small numbers, yet among them are native Icelanders born into non-Muslim families who have chosen Islam. That choice changes how the country's religious story is told. Why would someone in a secular, individualistic society choose a structured faith? For many converts, the journey begins as a search for meaning. Some describe feeling adrift in a culture that prizes freedom but offers little of the everyday structure that guides deeper choices. One man described falling into addiction amid Reykjavik's nightlife, and he says the rhythm of 5 daily prayers and the support of a community helped him regain stability and rebuild his life. For some Icelandic women, choosing the hijab was a conscious decision about how they wanted to be seen, a way to redirect attention toward character and ideas instead of appearance. Others traced their path to a book, a friendship, or a trip abroad that challenged old stereotypes. These changes are usually slow and reflective, not sudden conversions. Before we continue, consider this question. Did this story surprise you? Share your reaction in the comments below. Living as a Muslim in Iceland brings practical challenges and creative solutions. Community life centers on modest prayer spaces and rented halls in Reykjavik, run by groups such as the Muslim Association of Iceland and the Islamic Cultural Center of Iceland. Inside, Arabic prayers sit beside Icelandic and English conversation, a practical bridge between immigrant families and native converts. Geography matters. In summer, the sun barely sets, which complicates fasting and prayer schedules. Communities respond differently. Some follow local daylight, others align with nearby temperate countries, and some use Mecca timings. Each solution reflects pastoral care and theological reasoning adapted to place. For decades, the community has pursued a purpose-built mosque for Reykjavik. A city plot was approved in 2013, but fundraising and public debate have delayed construction. The campaign has sometimes sparked controversy, and incidents of vandalism shocked the nation. Yet those moments also prompted broad public support. Many Icelanders, religious and secular, condemned the hate and defended the right to worship. Meanwhile, everyday community work continues. Language classes, Quran lessons for children, cultural events, and mutual aid, all building social ties that outlast any single building project. Now, the Shahada moment. Converts often describe the declaration of faith not as joining a foreign religion, but as finally arriving somewhere that makes sense. They speak of the words, "I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger," said quietly in an apartment or a small prayer room. For many, that single sentence marks a long search completed, a new identity layered over an old homeland. Why are some Icelanders turning to Islam in a deeply secular nation? The reasons differ, but themes repeat: moral clarity, social relief, discipline, and belonging. Islam offers a clear, ethical map for daily life, a community that supports personal change, and a framework that helps resist certain modern pressures. Many converts describe themselves as both Icelandic and Muslim, identities that coexist rather than cancel each other. Their experience raises a broader question. In the 21st century, is national identity defined by birthplace, belief, culture, or a living combination of all three? The North Atlantic Ummah is small, but its presence matters. It links deep history to lived practice, and it shows how faith can grow in surprising places. The mosque debate, classes for children, and everyday rituals of prayer and food all point to a community seeking permanence and acceptance. What happens next will depend on civic choices, funding, and the will of both the Muslim community and wider society. This story will be written in classrooms, council meetings, family kitchens, and quiet recitations of faith. This is not a story of conquest or mass conversion. It's a story about people searching for meaning, structure, and belonging. In the land of fire and ice, beneath the northern lights, a small community continues to pray, adapt, and belong, reminding us that the human search for meaning has no borders. If this moved you, tell us which part landed hardest: the history, the convert stories, or the mosque debate. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll read and highlight the most thoughtful replies. If this was useful, give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And subscribe for more long-form stories from the edges of the world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.